Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. Today my friends, I'm going to be testing the GT 1030 GDDR5 in Watch Dogs Legion. This one is the MSI Aero version of the card. It comes already overclocked out of the box. And I am of course running the latest Nvidia drivers for 57.09. I am also running it with a Ryzen 7 3700X and 16 gigs of RAM to avoid any CPU bottlenecks here. We're just testing the GT 1030, so that's fine. Alright guys, we're here in the options menu right now. I'm playing at 1080p resolution. I'm also going to be testing it at 900p and 720p, as well as lower than that at using the temporal upscaling over here. I'm gonna set it to 25% at the 720p resolution, which means that we'll play at 360p. First of all, let's go through the settings over here. I'm playing DirectX 11 right now, using the lowest settings except for the TAA anti-aliasing, which doesn't really affect your FPS. Alright my friends, here we are in London once again. Yep, it's not looking good, is it guys? We're getting sub 30 FPS here at 1080p with the low settings, but you know what, at least it doesn't stutter and stuff like that. That's because we have 16 gigs of RAM of course and a strong CPU. Again, you'll need something like the Ryzen 5 1400 if you want to achieve a smooth experience with the 1030 and get these FPS that we're getting right now, as well as the lower resolutions. But yeah, VRAM is maxed out, RAM utilization is going over 8 gigabytes, so you'll need at least 12 gigs of RAM, and oh gosh, it is so bad guys, it's completely unplayable here at 1080p. Yeah, this is not a good experience whatsoever. You can't control things. To be honest, I can't even control things without the FPS dropping from 30, but over here it's just way too bad guys. It's not playable. It's very laggy of course. The input lag is insane in this one as well. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. It's okay. Yeah, at least again it doesn't stutter. Let's just drop the resolution right away because this is totally ridiculously unplayable. And here we go, 1600 by 900. Everything is still the same over here, as you can see. Still on the lowest settings, 100% temporal upscaling, and alright, it's close to 30 at times, but of course in some areas, or looking in some directions actually, it will drop from 30 FPS, so it's still not playable whatsoever, so sorry. I'm gonna try to go near water here, but since we're playing in DirectX 11, the FPS shouldn't really drop too much near the water, unless they also broke that in this new update that I did. Very beautiful moon at 25 FPS. You know what, 25 isn't that bad compared to 20 or like 18, so I'll take it. I'll take the extra frames right here at 900p. Now, you still shouldn't play like this, of course. We got a little stutter there as well. That's why I don't really test the X11 too often, because sometimes there's the odd stutter here and there. But okay, here we are near the water. Oh, of course, the water isn't demanding even in DirectX 12 when at night, so yeah, we aren't really seeing any difference. DirectX 12 would probably run the same if it was working properly. Lots of input lag still, and I don't recommend this. Oh boy, that's a cop car. Okay, 23 there. Ah, this is so bad. No, I'm so sorry. I think I killed, yep, I killed that guy, and that police killed that guy, I believe. I'm not too sure. Yeah, can we outrun the cops with 20-something FPS? I don't know. I really want to test 720p, my friends. I'm gonna do that right away. So let's stop it right there. 26 FPS average and 21% lows. Could be worse. It could be worse, okay? And here we go once again, 720p resolution using the same lowest settings except for the TAA anti-aliasing. Here we go. Temporal upscaling is still at 100%. I'm not going to drop the resolution further than this to 1024 by 768 because it's not really that much or that big of a resolution drop. And right now, wow, okay, so it's above 30 FPS. This should be playable right here, guys. Not bad. I'm a little bit impressed because it's actually playable on the 1030, and after seeing the results at 1080p, I didn't really expect it to be very playable, but yeah, it is. good, all good. It might stutter here and there just a little bit, I don't know. So far so good actually. Maybe they actually fixed the stuttering issues in the X11 with the latest patch. It's possible, I don't know. But we got a little stutter there, but it's still okay, not game breaking whatsoever. I'm gonna steal the cop car. What? She didn't see me. Okay, let's go. Okay, so 29 FPS, 1% lows there. You know what? At this point, I will call this playable just because it's so much better experience than 1080p and 900p, guys. It still feels a little bit like laggish, especially in the input lag department, because I can definitely feel some input lag sometimes at 30 FPS or near 30 FPS. But the averages are pretty decent. Maybe if you... There's another stutter there. Maybe if you... Oh boy, okay. Play with the controller, it will be a little bit better and it will feel a little bit smoother. I don't know. Maybe lock your FPS to 30 as well. Do keep in mind this is an overclocked 1030 out of the box. I didn't manually overclock it, but it runs at higher clock speeds than, for example, the 1030 Silent Edition with no fans. That should be obvious, of course. Oh boy, stutter. 29, yeah, it will. 28 there. It will drop from 30, but it's not really that big of a deal. If you really want to play this game and get into it and get immersed into it and have a 720p monitor with the 1030, I think the game still manages to look decent at this resolution. And since the 1% lows are just a couple of FPS lower than 30 FPS, I think this is definitely playable and doable. 34 FPS average, 28 or 27 now, 1% lows, and we're gonna go ahead now and lower that temporal slider over there. Okay, 480p first. This is almost 480p, 482p. We're still above our VRAM limits. We need to go down to 455p, so it's actually good on the 2GB frame buffer. But okay, let's apply that. That 1 megabyte shouldn't really make a difference. And yeah, okay, the game still manages to look somewhat decent. You know, I was expecting it to look way worse than this, but I think they're making some trickery with the anti-aliasing and stuff like that, and it actually manages to look okay, especially in a smaller monitor. 1% lows in the 30s here. It still drops into the 30s, but the averages are in the 40s, but not for long, I think. In the streets, things become extremely demanding once again, and it's dropping into the low 30s, 30 flat there. Wow. Alright, it's still very demanding. 28, 27. Okay, that was like a little stutter, I believe, because the frame time graph sort of had a little spikes there. So that doesn't count, I think. Okay, I don't know, but yeah, it should probably drop from 30 FPS. Still not a big deal, again, but at this... Oh, 26, 27... I think it's not too different from 720p, guys. For some reason, I was expecting a way bigger difference. Wow, okay, so 480p is still kind of the same experience as 720p, still drops from 30 FPS, and I'm gonna go ahead now and stop it because, well, it's kind of the same experience as 720 and it doesn't really look all that different. Let's go to the minimum settings, like in the game right now with the TAA anti-aliasing. Once again, 360p. Okay, now I can definitely tell that it looks pretty bad, but as long as it stays above 30 FPS all of the time, I guess you could do it. If you had like a 5-inch monitor, it would probably look good. I don't know. Oh boy, yeah, it definitely doesn't look good in my 32-inch monitor. It looks very, very pixelated, but maybe if you're watching on a phone, it might actually look decent. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's try to make it drop from 30 FPS. I don't think it's gonna happen at 360p because, well, it's 360p. So I'd imagine the 1030 is capable of getting 30 plus here at this resolution. It's pretty bad, and I am kind of scared to test the GT 710. But it will come tomorrow. That video will come tomorrow, so stay tuned in. I'm probably gonna go into the config files to lower the resolution even further than this, if I can. Not sure if it's possible yet, but I'm gonna try it. And it's probably not even gonna be playable with the 710 at 72p or 144p, but I'm gonna try it anyways, if I can change the resolution, of course. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if it was helpful to you, let me know in the comments down below if you are gonna pick up Watch Dogs Legion with a GT 1030. I mean, if you don't mind a couple of drops into the mid-20s at 720p, it doesn't look bad, it plays reasonably well. But yeah, if you absolutely need to get 30 plus FPS, I will not recommend this game for you if you have the GT 1030, because it only gets that at 360p and it looks like crap. So anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Love you all. Bye bye.